Hello everyone, today I'm here to do another mashup review. Today I'm talking about 3 thriller books. With these reviews, I'm going to tell you what the book is about, what I rated it, what I thought about it, and they will all be spoiler free. And timestamps will be down below if you want to hear about one book in particular, or if you want to hear about all 3. Either way, timestamps will be down below. So today, like I said, is a thriller review. So today I'll be talking about The Death of Mrs Westaway by Ruth Ware, The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, and Something in the Water by Catherine Steadman. These are all pretty recent releases as far as thrillers. They've been out for, like I say, I think they got released either in June or July, so yeah, very, very recent releases, so you can find them all readily available, I think. So yeah, let's just dive right on in. The first book I want to talk about is The Death of Mrs Westaway by Ruth Ware. This is Ruth Ware's, oh goodness, 4th book. I have read all 4 of her books, and if you guys know, I have a love-hate relationship with Ruth Ware's books. I love her writing style, and I love the overall, like, plot of all of her books, and I love how atmospheric all of the books are, but there are a lot of things that I don't love about her books, such as her main characters. And all of her books, I have never liked the main character, or I've never liked the side characters. And also in all of her books, I've never really loved the big reveal or the big, plot twist or the mystery coming to fruition. So with, I don't know why, I just still keep reading her books. I read The Death of Mrs Westaway, and I have to say, this is my favorite Ruth Ware book, but I didn't love it, so just bear with me as we trek through this. Yeah, it's my favorite Ruth Ware book. If you want to know my thoughts and opinions on all of them, I'll just quickly go through them. In a Dark, Dark Woods, my least favorite by her, probably one of my least favorite thrillers of all time. I did kind of like The Woman in Cabin 10. Was kind of iffy about The Lion Game, and I did really enjoy The Death of Mrs Westaway. Like I say with all of her books, they're very atmospheric, and the way she writes feels like it makes you feel like you're actually there. This book is all about this woman named Harriet Westaway, and she receives a letter in the mail bequeathing her this estate of her deceased grandmother that just died. The only problem is she knows the letter is not meant for her because her grandmother died 10 years ago and they didn't really have a lot of money and things like that. Harriet is not doing so well with finances. She took out a loan with a person that she probably shouldn't have, and he's coming collecting interest and things like that. So she just really doesn't have a lot of options. So she decides, she's a tarot card reader and she can do kind of manipulative things like that. She decides, you know what, I'm just gonna see how this is gonna play out and go to this estate and see if I can pretend to be this woman, and maybe I can get some money out of it to help pay her debts and things like that. And so that's what this book is all about. So she goes to this estate, and it's very gothic-y, very kind of just ominous, as you can clearly tell by the cover. This is a great book to read in the fall, I would say, for the sheer atmospheric quality of it. And she meets this family, the Westaways, and she learns things that she's in a lot deeper than she thought she was, and she learns and uncovers things, so on and so forth. About her pretending to be someone that she is not, and seeing if she can, go through with that. Overall, like I said, I did enjoy it. It is my favorite Ruth Ware book, but I didn't love the big plot twist at the ending. There were 2 main plot twists in this book. The first one, I think a lot of people could see coming. The second one, I didn't see coming, but I didn't love it for the sheer fact of how confusing it was. Like, I had to reread the whole thing of how it was revealed like 4 times because I was like, what? I don't know if it was the way that Ruth Ware written it or if it was just hard to grasp. It was just very confusing. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but I mean, it was a good plot twist and a good kind of mystery coming to fruition, but it was just so confusing, which is why I didn't love it. But I did like the main character in this book. I know by the way I told you she sounds very wishy-washy, she's only going to get money, but you really come to really enjoy Harriet, and she has got to be my favorite main character out of any Ruth Ware books because the main characters in her books are always horrible. But I did enjoy Harriet, and I really, had a kindred spirit with her and really connected with her, so I did enjoy it for that. And like I said, this is very atmospheric. You're in this really creepy old mansion with all of these old things and, secrets to tell. It's not really haunted or anything like that. It's just the way it gives a haunting feeling with the secrets and lies that it has within this family, because it's a very estranged family. So, would I recommend this? Yes, I think if you've been on a very love-hate relationship, much as myself, with Ruth Ware books, I think you will like this one. It is my favorite by her, but it's not one of my favorite thrillers I've ever read. Like, there was no point where I was like shocked or floored or flabbergasted. So overall, I gave this a 3.5 out of 5, maybe 3.75. I've just come to learn that with Ruth Ware books, I have a good time reading them. There's never a part where I feel bored or like, when is this gonna end? But when I finish it, I never feel like fully satisfied. I love the writing style, I love the settings, sometimes the characters, sometimes not. So I feel like I will continue to still read her books, but for the sheer fact of the atmospheric and creepy gothic quality of it, I do recommend it. I think it's a perfect book to read in like October. Such a good Halloween book for the, you know, creepy mansion vibe. So yeah, I don't know. I might be the only one that feels this way. Let me know. Next book I want to talk about is one that was my most anticipated out of this whole stack, and that is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I read Final Girls, which is right here, last year, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's one of my first thrillers I've ever read, and I just loved the whole plot. I loved the twists and turns and the creepiness of it, so I was very highly anticipating this one, and I did enjoy it, but not as much as Final Girls. This is all about this woman named Emma, who 15 years ago, she visited or attended this camp called Camp Nightingale. And she was 13 and she was set in a cabin with 3 older girls that were 16 and 17. And she's only there for 5 weeks. She becomes friends with them. And then one night, all 3 of those girls disappear and left without a trace. Nobody's found them, everything like that. So now 15 years later, Emma is a thriving artist in New York City, and she gets a call that they are reopening up Camp Nightingale and they would like Emma to attend and become a counselor and just, you know, see how things are. And so she decides to go there to try to investigate this disappearance that has never been solved, or, you know, all these lingering questions, because Emma's suffering with a lot of anxiety and she constantly, you know, paints these girls because she can't forget why they disappeared or what happened to them. So she goes to Camp Nightingale to, you know, uncover the truth, and of course when she goes, things unfold from there. So from the get-go, I really love the premise of this, how it's about a disappearance that happened so many years ago at a camp and things like that. Overall, I did enjoy this one. Like I say, not as much as Final Girls. I think I like the plot a little bit more of Final Girls because it was just, I don't know, it was more appealing to me. And I love the overall mystery, like, element at the end, like the big reveal in Final Girls a little bit more than this one. The reveal was good, and I did not see it coming because I don't know if I wasn't paying attention, but I just felt like I was like, it wasn't the best reveal in my opinion. But again, like with the first book I talked about, I really enjoyed the setting of this book, how it was in a camp and how it's supposed to be like, you know, homey and nice and a place away from home, and it's really not. There's all these uncovered secrets about this family that owns this camp and about this disappearance, and slowly throughout this book, Emma feels like she is kind of going insane because she keeps seeing these girls and she keeps thinking that she's seeing things that she's not seeing. So she constantly has to tell herself, I'm not going crazy, I'm not going crazy. It's about mental health and stuff like that. But I don't know. I didn't love our main character, Emma. I did love the painting aspect of how Riley Sager really described of how she painted with broad brush strokes and the colors and things like that. I was very invested into that and wanted to explore that a little bit more because I'm not a painter, but I love reading about it. It's about Emma that I didn't love, and as you read the book, I think you start off with the book really enjoying Emma and seeing, you know, that she's been through a lot. She's, you know, had a really tough life. And then because this book is told flashbacks of when Emma first got to the camp when she was 13 and when she met these girls, you discover like Emma is not the girl you think she is. Like, she is not the best. You know, I understand that she was 13, but there was just a lot of things that she did when she was younger. I was like, what? But overall, I like this one. I will say this is probably my favorite within the whole stack. Overall, would I recommend this book? Yes, I think I would give it like a 3.75, maybe close to a 4. I did enjoy it, not as much as Final Girls, but I really love the way Riley Sager writes, and I love the way he has his settings and how it's vivid and things like that. And I do enjoy his plot twist at the end. Both of the books I've read by him, I have not seen them coming. The first book, Final Girls, I loved it. The plot twist or the big reveal a little bit more than this one. With this one, I didn't really like. I think that's why I didn't love this book overall. I also felt by the end we were kind of grasping at straws because there wasn't a lot to go on, and I felt like it kind of lost its appeal, especially with the disappearances, and you learn more about it and you feel like it's going in a very different direction than what you thought it was going to. I don't know. overall, I like this one, just wanted a little bit more from it. But overall, I do really enjoy his writing style. Like, I will continue to read all of his thriller books because I enjoy them a ton. Book I want to talk about is Something in the Water by Catherine Steadman. I picked this up because this is in Reese Witherspoon's book club and thrillers, and I'm all about them now. And oh man, I enjoyed this one, but this had so many flaws. This book this is gonna be the vaguest out of all the descriptions I'm gonna talk about today. It's about this couple, and they're about to get married. The husband is like a banker guy, and the wife is a documentary like filmmaker, and they get married and they go on a honeymoon in Bora Bora, and basically one day they're scuba diving and they find something in the water, and that's all you know. I can't tell you anymore, it's not even on the book jacket. So basically, this thing that they find in the water has altered the course of their lives. They make decisions on this thing. They, you know, things just happen after they find this thing in the water, and things aren't what they seem. And this book, I love the premise, this whole mysterious thing that they find in the water and what they're gonna do with it and things like that. I love the plot and I love the idea of it, but the reason why I did not like this book really is the main characters. They were horrible for their decisions alone. They made so many decisions in this book. I was like, why would you even think about that? Why would you set course on this? Like, I don't understand it at all. Maybe I have a different way of thinking than other people, but I don't think I'm alone on that, because everyone, when I read the reviews, they say the main characters' decisions are just horrible and you want to yell at them and shake them, and I fully agree with that. The main characters, their just decision making is horrible. Their marriage is not that great. They're just not, ew. I think if the main characters were maybe a little bit smarter and a little bit more, I don't know, not greedy and, you know, like wise and not, I don't know, if they were better, I would like this book more. This is overall, I wouldn't say it's even like a mystery thriller. It becomes more of like a, I would say it's more of a mystery than a thriller. Maybe, probably. I think so. But I think I would have loved this a lot more if it weren't for the freaking main characters. They were so horrible. Their decisions were just the worst. Like, I would never ever do things the way they did. Never. So, 3 stars. It wasn't my favorite out of all these, but again, I did enjoy the setting, how it was first, you know, in London, because they are from London, then they go to Bora Bora, and I love that, and they go back to London, to home, and I loved that, you know, the wife was filming this documentary about these 3 prisoners that are about to be released from prison, so she decides to follow them and, you know, see what they're doing in their life, and I did enjoy that aspect a ton, but that's kind of where my love ends. I didn't love the main characters. They, like I keep saying, they made horrible decisions. Their thought processes were just horrible. Their marriage was just something I don't even know. And just, I don't know, the overall, you know, plot twist at the end, did not see coming. I was so upset with it because I was just so upset, again, by the decisions that made that plot twist happen. I don't know. Like, if you want to be annoyed at characters a ton, if you're really into, like, hating main characters, definitely check this one out. And delivers on all fronts on that regards, but it was thrilling. I was invested in it. I finished it very, very quickly because I was like, how is this going to play out? So that's something for it. The main downfall of this is surely the main characters, of just how horrible they were. Oh my gosh, I feel like such a bad person in this video. I have not read a good, I feel like this year has not been the best thriller year for me. I don't know. I enjoy reading them. Like, when I finish the books, I'm all happy that I finished them, but when I look back on them, I'm like, they were okay. There you have it, my thoughts and opinions on these 3 books. I gave them all like 3 to 4 stars, so I did enjoy them, and I would recommend all of them for different reasons. Like, The Death of Mrs Westaway, if you want something gothic-y and atmospheric and kind of creepy, check this one out. Something like a camp setting and a real discovery of disappearances, definitely check this one out. If you want something where you're gonna hate the main characters and want to punch them, definitely check this one out. So yeah, I mean, take your pick of whatever you want in a thriller. Any of these will do, I think. But if you've read any of these, please let me know your thoughts and opinions. I did enjoy them, and I'm happy I've read them. I love reading thrillers. I just want to keep reading more and more till I find that one that I just love so, so much. But let me know your thoughts and opinions, as I said, on these 3 books if you've read them. Let me know if you felt the same way as me or differently. I would love to hear them. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.